Welcome back to another episode of r/slash idontworkherelady. Get ready for some laughs. We have some great stories to share with you. And make sure that if you like what you hear, that you comment at the end as well as subscribe, because that definitely means a lot to us. And this first story is posted by u/high-city_refugee. I really don't work on this cruise ship, lady. A few years back, my SO and I were lucky enough to win a free 3-day cruise to Japan. We live in Shanghai, so we packed our bags and head out to the port to begin our merry Japanese adventure. Since we had won the cruise, we were treated like the other VIP members on the ship that paid top dollar for their tickets. Access to the VIP lounge, free drinks 24/7, and round-the-clock service that was actually quite exceptional. What we quickly realized, though, was that I was the only non-Chinese person on the boat that wasn't an employee. I'm a white American, and SO is Chinese. The first situation to arise from this factor was that the other actual employees thought I was the new guy on board who got on in Shanghai. This resulted in me having to explain to several people that yes, I can actually be in this area while the guests are awake because I am, in fact, a guest. The other semi-annoyance that occurred daily were the Chinese guests mistaking me for a staff member. I would constantly get asked to bring towels and fruits to rooms when the next performance was, when does the casino open? Only in international waters, and these people were itching to play baccarat for some reason. The hours of the duty-free store. Do you have child sitting services? Does the pharmacy have Chinese traditional medicine or Western medicine? And anything else you could possibly think of. I've been an expat for many years and speak Mandarin, so in the beginning, I would politely explain to them that I was on vacation too, and if you look just over there is an actual employee that can assist you. 95% of people would accept that fact and go find an actual employee. About 5% would argue with me that I must be because I'm a Laoway, foreigner, and this cruise was Chinese only. They were obviously lovely people. I just figured, F it, I'll play along and have some fun and practice my Mandarin too. It began with the woman asking me to bring towels to a specific room. I said, yes ma'am, right away. Then strolled over to the bar and began at-sea day drinking, which, if you weren't aware, is mandatory on a cruise. Next few people asked for towels and fruit, and I assured them that I would make it my personal mission to see to the timely delivery of their requests. Eventually, it devolved into me giving fake directions for how to get to certain stores and restaurants, taking drink orders, being asked some fairly interesting questions about the function of the ship by a kind older man who gave me a cigarette. He was interested in how the ballast worked on a ship of that size. He was cool. And just general bitching about the service and how they couldn't smoke inside except for the casino. This ship was pretty massive, so I never had to worry about running into these people again and continued to have my fun. When I told my SO about my dastardly ways, she had a good laugh and encouraged me to continue. She actually suggested that I use my Beijing accent that she had taught me, she's a Beijinger, and to add further confusion to the situation, as it is quite rare for a non-native to a region-specific passable accent, which I absolutely did. Anyway, this went on for an entire 3 days, including during our trips to inland Japan, as several of the people on our bus had rightly assumed I was a Chinese-speaking employee accompanying them as a tour guide. At a little town called Sakai Minato, I pulled facts straight out of my butt and was lauded for my immense knowledge of both Chinese and Japanese culture. I was one of the good Laoway. And that's the story of how I got a job on a cruise ship. Man, I wish I was there. I wish I was him, actually. I would have had so much fun at doing that. Man, that's kind of like being in character, being an actor, just being someone you're not and just having a good old time at it. So I'm assuming that him and his SO had a lot of fun doing it. And this next story is posted by u/Demi Daydream. It's a short one, but a good one. No, Karen, I cannot help you go to the bathroom. In high school, I worked for a national movie theater chain. While they've since changed them, the uniform at the time consisted of navy blue trousers and a red polo. Nearby, in the same plaza, there were several restaurants and fast food places. Among these was a Panda Express. During my 15-minute break, I'd been at Panda and in line ordering and waiting to pay for my food. I was minding my own business and hoping that I could get out of there quickly enough to have time to inhale my orange chicken prior to darting back to the box office when my break ended. I'm a bit zoned out, so I became rather startled upon an abrupt ahem, accompanied by a tap on my shoulder. I turned and took in the sight of we all know now to be a Karen. Me. Oh, sorry, was I in your way? This was my default line of thinking, and I have terrible social anxiety. Karen. I said I need to go to the bathroom. Me, pointing. Well, it's over that way, I think. Karen. I know that, obviously. Me, confused at this point because I'm not at all on the way of her getting to the bathroom, and now she's admitted to knowing where it is. I don't know what. Karen, shouting. I need the key. At this point, it's time for me to pay for my food. Remember, I'm on the outside of the glass counter and waiting in a line. I figured maybe she's trying to get past me to ask the cashier for the bathroom key, so I step back and make room for her to go ahead of me. She doesn't. Karen, I asked you for the bathroom key. Do you not know how to do your job? I finally realize that she thinks I'm employed there. I guess maybe it's because my work shirt is red and so are the employee uniforms there. Me, awkwardly pointing at the cinema logo on my polo. I'm just on my break. She must have not looked at the gestures I made to the uniform of the company and actually employed by. Karen, is this your manager? Turns to the cashier. Your employee is so rude. Just because she's on her break, she's refusing to help me go to the bathroom. She needs to be fired. Cashier, ma'am, she doesn't work here. Will you be purchasing a meal? Our restrooms are for customers only. Karen sputters, then turns and storms out of the place to terrorize some other establishment with a public restroom. They totally allow people to use the bathrooms without buying food, by the way. I think they just wanted to have her leave the store because of the scene she just made. And this story is titled, Lady Yells at Me for No Reason, Gets Banned from the Store Instead. Backstory. I am 14 and I live with my mom and brother. My favorite color is blue and I happen to be in Walmart. I am 5'7" and have a slightly deep voice and some facial hair. Meet the cast. RL equals rude lady, RM rude man, NE nice employee, me yours truly, MM my mother, NC nice customer, M manager. Story. I was in Walmart 2 months ago, before this pandemic, with my mom. We're getting normal household things. My mom asked if I could go and get our milk, and I said yes. The thing I was wearing happened to be similar to Walmart's work outfit. While I was getting the milk, the RL came up to me. She looked maybe around 70. RL, where's the yogurt? I turn around. Me. Huh? RL, where's the yogurt? Me. Sorry, I don't work here. I didn't know where the yogurt was, and I was in a rush. RL, what? Yes, you do. You're dressed in the attire. Me. I'm sorry, ma'am. I honestly don't work here. I'm only 14, and this place only hires staff older than 16, I believe. In comes her husband. RM, what's going on, honey? RL, this employee, points to me, won't point me to the yogurt. RM, sir, please help us to the yogurt. Me, I don't work here. RM, oh my God, I don't care if you're on a break. Just get us the goddamn yogurt. An actual employee walks by. NE, what's going on here? RL, this rude employee of yours won't help us find the yogurt. NE, ma'am, he doesn't work here. RM, yes he does. He's wearing your attire. NE, sir, he honestly doesn't work here. RL, give me your manager. Manager comes over. M, what seems to be the issue? Me, RL, I asked this employee to point me to the yogurt, and he said I can kiss his butt. I want him fired. I'm thinking to myself, did this lady just say what I think she just said? M, ma'am, he doesn't work here. RL, yes he does. He's wearing the outfit. M, sir, looks at me. How old are you? Me, 14. RL, he's just trying to go away from his duties. My mother comes over. MM, what's going on? M, this lady thinks your 14-year-old son works here. The lady's face goes pale. RL, well, I just, me. She even said that I swore at her. I didn't. My mom got mad and yelled at her. In the end, she got banned from harassing another customer and we got a huge discount. Thanks for reading. And this next story is posted by u/cherrybaby03. A Karen tries to get the owner's daughter fired. So, background. This was about 2 years ago when my dad owned a pub. I was 14 and old enough to chip in by taking orders for the restaurant, cleaning tables, etc. And one day we had just opened and my dad had gone down to the basement to change one of the kegs. As I was sitting at the bar talking to our new employee, showing them what to say, my dad had taught me himself and the employee was barely out of college. The employee asked if it was okay if she quickly went to the bathroom since there weren't any customers. It was only 4 p.m. and the locals normally started pouring in at 6, so I said it was okay. As I'm drinking my cola, Karen arrives. Karen, excuse me. Me, hello. Karen, I wanna, lets her drink, and be quick with it. Me, I'm sorry, I'm not working. She cuts me off. Karen, stop lying. I've seen you clean the tables. I know you work here. Me, shocked. I'm sorry, Miss Karen, but I'm not working today, and even if I was, I couldn't get you your drink since I'm not allowed behind the bar. Karen, stop lying. You're here, so you must be working. Get me my drink. Me, Miss Karen, She cuts me off again. Karen, you're so rude. I know the owner, you know. I could get you fired. At the point our new employee returns, I'll call them NE for nice employee. NE, hello, welcome to XXN. What can I get for you? Karen, get me the owner. I want this girl fired. I gave the NE a look that basically said, get him, my dad, and I was holding in tears at this point, and NE could see that. NE, I'll just grab him from downstairs. One moment. Karen, good. Turns out my dad had been upstairs the entire time Karen had been here and heard it all. Dad, what's the meaning of this? He firmly asked Karen. Karen, Mr. R, my dad's last name, this employee of yours needs to be, my dad cut her off. Dad, firmly, she's not my employee. Karen, what? But I've seen her clean up and take orders and Dad cuts off again. Dad, that's because she's my daughter. Karen turns to look at me, who is still trying to calm down, and speaks. Karen, if you really are his daughter, then why couldn't you give me my drink? Me, and my dad was shocked and in disbelief by this, but I managed to speak. Me, almost in tears. I'm fudging 14. It's illegal. Karen went pale, and before she could speak, my dad did. Dad, now get out of my pub. You're banned for the rest of the month. We haven't seen her since, mainly because about 10 months later, my dad sold the pub. This has been TNA Top Notch Audio. 3 great funny stories. And my question to you is, which one of these stories are your favorites and why? Share your comments below, and also don't forget to subscribe so you can get notification of more videos in the future. Have yourselves a great day.